Hi, we're back at Estrella Mountain Cotons, and Ivy's puppies are almost 6 weeks old, and we're doing first baths today. This is Prescott, and we have a few new puppy owners in our group this time, so I thought I'd give you a little demo of how we bathe our puppies. So this is their first time, and we put just a little bit of water in there so that he could kind of play in it, and he'll probably drink it, just to kind of give him exposed. And it's kind of lukewarm, so like what you would do for a baby. It's not too hot, not too cold, especially as they get used to having baths. And as you can see, they fit really nicely in the kitchen sink. So we're going to turn on the water, just real low rate. He's pretty curious. And we're going to try not to get it in their ears or in their face, but I'm doing just a light wash over to start. This is his first bath, so we're going to be easy on that. And try to keep him from drinking too much so he doesn't get sick. And that'll be especially important after you bathe, that you don't let him drink it because it'll have the soap in there. Sorry about the barking. Front door's open. So we're gonna get him wet. And then I put just a little bit of the soap in my hand, run it under the water so that it's not so cold. Warm it up a little bit before I put it on puppy. And that little bit is more than sufficient to do puppy's whole body. So we're doing underside and around the bottom. You notice that I'm not doing a whole lot on his head. I'll do behind his ears and just with a little bit of a wipe over the top of his head. You can use a cup if you like to. This works really well for me. And he does well with it. Our puppies haven't really shown much of a fear response even to the hair dryer, a little bit with the noise, but for the most part they're doing really great. So I did put a washcloth in over the plug so that it wouldn't be pokey. This bath water is starting to get a little full, so I'm draining the water out as I rinse him. And then make sure to get all the soap off. And they do kind of walk in on the potty pad, so we're just making sure we rinse off their paws, especially since they like to chew on their paws a little bit and chase their tail. Make sure you get their bottoms. Sometimes they get things stuck to them, so make sure we get all that off too. And that they get all the potty off, so we get all the babies all rinsed off. Okay. So there's Prescott, all clean and wet and tiny. So, and I kind of gently squeeze a little bit, not too hard, but just to kind of wring them out. Make sure you keep a towel close by. Get them all wrapped up. Go through a couple of towels while you're drying. But there's our little friend. We're gonna pause. Aunt Missy is here helping us, and she's holding baby. We usually go through a couple of towels. It minimizes the amount of time we have to have the hair dryer on, especially until they get more comfortable with the whole drying procedure. And I would encourage you to go ahead and use a hair dryer because if you take your puppy to a groomer, they're going to. So in the beginning, puppies are going to get a bath every week, and that's just to keep them exposed to it. You might not think that they need a bath every week, but they do. So we're going to dry puppy and brush him. What I'm using today is called a wet brush, and it's really soft. And they don't really have many knots or mats, so we're just gonna kind of brush him a little bit, and then we're going to dry him. Not sure if I can do both, but I'm going to give the brush to Missy, and she can brush while I hold the hairdryer. She's going to switch to a drier towel. Missy's up from the valley visiting this for a couple of days, yesterday and today. And so on this hairdryer, I'm using the medium setting for heat and a medium setting, a low setting for the actual blow dryer. So I'm just holding it, and she's gonna brush him a little bit. They will shake. They're a little cold and a little scared, so that's why I said to use two towels. And he's actually a little bit more scared than the other, so we're gonna back off on the hairdryer a little bit and let him get a little more dry, and then that way we'll only have to use the hairdryer a little bit. So we're gonna get him nice and comfy and snuggly with Aunt Missy. Missy's rubbing a little bit with the towel. You want to avoid trying to rub too vigorously because it will make knots in their hair. So you just kind of rub gently. They don't really get mats too much when they're puppies, but you do want to brush them every day, get them used to that brush even without having the bath. And you will get one of the wet brushes in your puppy kit, so you don't have to buy one. We're going to try the hairdryer again for just a minute and see if he does better with it the second time around. And we're going to stay back a little bit further so he doesn't feel too scared. He's the biggest and maybe the biggest baby at the moment. That's all right. This is a first, and so we want to do things gently and slowly for him so that he has a good experience and we continue to get him used to the bathing and drying procedures. Yeah. He hit 3 pounds yesterday, so he's a big boy. You're gonna call him Super Fluff. You see, he's kind of calming down a little bit, and he'll have a pretty quick recovery as soon as I put him back in the pen with his siblings. Try to all right. There's sweet Prescott. Still a little damp, but for the most part dry enough to put back in the pen with his buddies. There we go. And we have already bathed. There's Jerome and Sedona, and we did them in birth order. So there's Mayor and there's Prescott, and as you can see, they're happy, and he'll kind of jump in here anytime now. So I hope you enjoyed your first bathing tutorial, and now we're off to give Dewey a bath.